Oh, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. Before we start off this episode, I would like to give some big news. And it feels like a very full circle moment for me. And I was told by my business mentor, Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady, who I mention almost every single live stream that I do because I cite from her wonderful Astrobiz Digest for, the astrology for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I got a little text message from her, and she let me know that my book is listed on Amazon. And she ordered me to make myself my author profile. And so this is a big deal for me. And so I let a couple of people know, and I sent the link. And I got a screenshot back from my best friend, basically saying that she pre-ordered my book, and I'm gonna get really emotional on camera. And if I start to cry, they're happy tears. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely a very full circle kind of moment. And I love that it was Teresa that let me know because, yes. So hello, everybody. So Sophia is here. Katie is here. Katie's saying, wow. And to answer your question, Sophia, yes, it is apparently open for pre-order. And I'm about to pre-order it. Like, okay, you guys are gonna start me off again because this is so not the topic of tonight's episode. And I've been driving myself a little crazy in the writing process because it is, just kicked up a lot of imposter syndrome for me, and a lot of like, who the fuck do I think I am? And how the hell am I writing a book about tarot? And what the hell do I know about tarot? And it's something that can take a lifetime to master, if at all. And I know that there isn't one book that's going to cover everything because that's just not possible. So I'm like trying to cut myself a lot of slack, but at the same time, I'm really being very hard on myself. So it's a lot. It's a lot right now. So yeah. So Sophia's asking, what is the title? I'm not sure. My publisher told me it was one thing and it's being advertised as another thing. So I really don't know what the title is going to be. The publication date is I think in the United States is November 22nd. So that is quite a few months away. But my deadline is, earlier than that because it's going to be a beautifully hardcover, illustrated, nicely designed book. And so the words must come first. So it's a bit strange to me to be, in the front of the publishing process and then having people waiting on me. It's like, it's weird for me. It's really weird. So to answer your question, I was told the title is Tarot, Practical and Celestial, but it is being advertised as How to Read Tarot. And it is from the Gothic Dreams imprint of Flame Tree Publishing, which is a London-based publisher, and I believe the distributor in the United States is Simon & Schuster. So... so let me show you the link. I'll send you the link now. And I'm sure the cover is going to be different as well. So the cover, I think that might be a placeholder cover. It has the lovers on the cover, which is kind of nice. But that might not be the final cover either. So I will drop that link into the chats. So if you guys want to pre-order, this is not an advertisement, but like, if we get a lot of pre-orders, I think that is like, I don't know, this is new. This is my first book. So this is my first published book. So, but I'm hearing from other authors that pre-orders can be very, very helpful and are like the driving force for like bestseller lists and, public interest. And also, if people want me to write another book, like having that anticipation for the book, I believe is something that publishers do look at and take into account. So yeah, so I've dropped that into the chat wherever you're tuning in from, even if you're watching the replay. So if you're interested in, pre-ordering my book, the link's right there. It's just, I'm at a loss, and if I think about it, I'm gonna cry. Some more good tears, again, good tears, but like that was just so surprising. And I'm like literally sitting here at my computer, working and writing and, submitting chapters as I'm done with them. And they are chapters that my publisher asked for. So it's like this general structure of a book, but then I'm having to fill in what that book is and my understanding of the tarot. So people are saying amazing. Sophia says amazing. Katie says so exciting. Yes, it's very, very exciting. I am delighted. I'm freaked out. I am many, many things. I've got my struggle bun going on here. Like this is my writer's uniform. I also had an EFT practice session this morning as well. So that was why I was late with my tarot card of the day from the Cosmic Butcher's Strange and Eternal Tarot. It was the 8 of keys, by the way. Keys in this particular deck are pentacles, just to let you know. And it's just so interesting being asked to write about that. And, my point person from the publisher was asking me, well, are you going to cover this? Like wands can sometimes be called batons. And I'm just like, yes, I'll definitely cover it in that particular section. But it's just like, I'm just like kind of psyching myself out because sometimes there's so much to cover. And, I'm hoping I'm covering everything or enough so that someone can, take their tarot deck and just not be afraid, and not be afraid of working with it and not being afraid to make mistakes, because you are going to, when you first start learning anything, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to be wrong sometimes. And that's totally okay. Like that, like, I don't want anyone to shy away from tarot or any kind of divination system, because I find divination, it's not exactly fortune telling. It's more about understanding ourselves and understanding our lives and understanding our motivations, and also understanding other people's motivations too, and why we do the things that we do. And, it's such a large topic though. And so, there are going to be chapters on like setting up your reading space. That happens to be the one preview. That happened to be the chapter that I was working on just before is, setting up your reading space and what that looks like, and what are your negotiables and what are your non-negotiables, and what do you feel that you need in your reading space in order to, have that mindset to go into a tarot reading. And it's really been kind of an unprocessing of what I do, because this is like, I've been reading tarot for over 25 years now. This is my 25th year reading tarot. And, I've been doing it professionally since 2005, I think, was when I actually started charging for readings. So I've been doing this for a while. So I'm like having to like backpedal through, and like, honestly, I'm writing this book for 16-year-old Hilary that felt like she had to go by the book and she had to do this. And then if I didn't do this, then I'm not a real tarot reader and blah, 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 blah. And I really want to be able to bake into the book and say, if you don't, if you're not seeing the Hierophant in the way that I'm saying the Hierophant is, like, please don't go back to the book and be like, well, Hilary said the Hierophant is only this, so therefore the Hierophant is only this. And clearly I'm wrong and I'm a bad tarot reader because my understanding of the Hierophant doesn't match up with Hilary's understanding of the Hierophant. Like, I do not want to write that kind of book. And so it's like really like in my head right now being like, I just want people to understand how wonderful tarot is and to make it their own and to feel comfortable, and not be scared when their intuitive voice starts to speak and starts to tell them, oh, well, no, I see the Hierophant as this. And to not feel like they're wrong about that or they're bad about that, because it's not true. That's what's going to happen naturally as you start to learn the tarot or any kind of divination system. So yeah, if you're just tuning in and it's the first show that you're watching, welcome. So Sophia says, officially pre-ordered. Can't wait and so excited for what you put into the book. Thank you so much, Sophia. Also, finally getting into tapping and Gala Darling after seeing all your tapping content. That is awesome. Hold on, let me display that too. Thank you so much. Like I posted something earlier that I was just like, I don't know. Some people might be sick of it. Some people might be like, can you get back to the tarot stuff? Like, I don't know about this tapping stuff. And aren't you tarot by Hilary, not tapping by Hilary? Ooh, that's an idea though. Ooh, maybe I should get that URL, tapping by Hilary. Anyway, I'm still a little phlegmy from my practicing EFT with a lot of people. But, you know, there might be some people that are just like, can you just get back to the tarot? You know, I don't know about this tapping shit. Get back to the tarot. And that's fine. And I just want to assuage some people's fears that I'm not going to get back to tarot. Like, tarot is always going to be my main squeeze. Always, always, and forever. Like, hello, I don't have the High Priestess tarot card tattooed on my body permanently unless I believe in tarot and that it's through and through my life, you know? And, you know, this symbol right here is also tattooed on my body permanently. And it's part of the symbol for the Card Slingers Coast to Coast podcast, which is a tarot podcast. So never fear. Tarot is always going to be here, right? So Katie is saying, oh, snag that domain now. We'll see. And also tarot and tapping to me are such similar modalities that it's just like, I'm going to stick with tarot by Hilary. Thank you very much. Tapping. Yes, do it quick. Tapping by Hilary. I'll think about it. I've got a lot to do right now, guys, because of the book. A lot. Like, I am on a deadline for my publisher. Publisher, please don't look at me. I'm working on it. And also the feedback that I get from all of you from these weekly shows and from discussing with different friends or my tarot students or my tarot clients has really been invaluable to kind of get a perspective of just like, okay, what are your blockages to learning tarot if you are having blockages to learning tarot? And I'm trying to bake that into the writing of this book, you know, because I want to make sure that it's usable and accessible. And, you know, even though it's going to be really pretty, like I'm seeing, I was given an example of one of the other books that they have in their series on pendulums. And that is gorgeous, a beautiful, beautifully designed book. But I want it to be beautifully designed and also functional. Like you can take it might be, you know, a very nice book in your library, you know, and it's hardcover and it's nice and it's beautiful, or you might have it out on your coffee table. And that is a mind trip right now, thinking about, oh my God, people might have my tarot book on their coffee table. And but I want it to be used as well. I don't want it to be, you know, some kind of decoration. And I'm sure I'm not being contracted by my publisher to have it be a decorative thing. You know, it's gonna be useful because I can't help myself. I have to. Somebody's asking me if I have a husband. Yes, I do. Yes, I'm a married lady. Jamie says, hi, Hilary. Love you. I love you too, Jamie. By the way, so Jamie sent me this beautiful oracle called the Visionary Oracle. And I guess it's for artists and creatives. So it's an intuitive tool that can help you gain daily wisdom and insight into your creative challenges. 64 inspiring cards in 4 categories. Of course, earth, air, fire, and water. So intellectual is air, energetic is fire, practical is earth, and emotional is water. Not too dissimilar from the tarot's minor arcana suits. So, you know, intellect would be swords, energetic would be wands, practical is pentacles, and emotional is cups. So these cards are 64 cards, and it's an oracle. It's not a tarot deck. And it's been kicking my ass. It has absolutely been kicking my ass. And so I've been actually pulling a card since receiving it. So thank you very much, Jamie. And it's been helping guide me to not just what I've been writing, but also the chapters that I'm going to be specifically writing on, or like, just like, okay, what chapter am I going to work on today? Or what 2 chapters am I going to work on today? And this is the reason. So the card that I pulled was number 20, Build Sanctuary. So I'll show you that. And I was considering, working on another section. And then I was just like, well, I have to work on my reading space, on writing, like how to set up your reading space. And, so just why don't I write that chapter? Like that chapter's almost already written, So, and then I get this card, Build Sanctuary. And then I read the interpretation, which is take the time to build yourself a sanctuary to cultivate your creative gifts, whether that's an actual room or workspace, or if it's space within you. Come on. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm working on that particular chapter today, because the oracle told me so. So Jamie says, I'm so glad this deck is calling you out and kicking your butt. Thank you so much. And by the way, if you want a tarot book and you're waiting for, you've pre-ordered mine and you're waiting for mine, telling you it's not until like November. Here's Jamie's book, Tarot Inspired Life. And actually I'm gonna probably be citing, oh no, I didn't put the right placeholder. Shoot on a biscuit. You said something really good about the I think you said something really good about the minor arcana, and also the 4 ways to read a card. So, and now I'm mad because I like literally put my structure as a placeholder and now I can't find it. I will find it again. Oh, good to know. Thank you. And Llewellyn has it on sale right now. So guys, pick up Jamie's Tarot Inspired Life, okay? I know I talk a lot about Melissa's Kitchen Table Tarot. And by the way, that is on the pile right here. Like, clearly I'm writing a tarot book. I don't know if you can see all of these titles over here. Let me hide everything. So we've got Craft by Gabriella Herstick, which has a very small amount on the tarot. That's a beautiful book too. We've got the Tarot Coloring Book by Teresa Reed, great resource. We've got 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack. We've got Kitchen Table Tarot by Sonova. We've got Modern Tarot by Michelle T. I'm really loving Modern Tarot by Michelle T. Really, really, really. We've got Tarot Diva by Sasha Graham. We have La Chic Cocoon by Jennifer Duchesne. That is not technically a tarot book, but it is a wonderful book on creating sacred space and creating like a design space that makes you feel cozy and at home. So I'm referencing that in my creating sacred space or creating your reading space chapter. Tarot No Questions Asked by Teresa Reed, Courtney Weber's Tarot for One. By the way, chapter 7 of Tarot for One cites what you may glean from a reading with the tarot cards that are not present. That was a guest post that I did on Teresa's website, and it's in here, that concept. The New Golden Dawn Ritual Tarot by the Ciceros, I think. That is a very Ooh, you want to get pruny into mysticism and astrology. That's a good recommendation, but I think it might be too much for my book, especially if people are just learning. I don't want to scare them off. We've got Cards of Your Destiny, which is tonight's topic, which is not tarot, something different, but we're talking about that tonight. And then Jamie is on top, and Jamie is already directing me to where I need to go, possibly. So thank you. Behind the scenes on book writing. It's in chapter 2, page 54. Yes, that's the start of 4 ways to read a card. I'm actually toward the end, where it's storytelling readings. Because that's definitely, okay, so another spoiler from the book that I'm writing. I would recommend that you work with a Rider-Waite-Smith based deck when you're learning with illustrated pip cards, which is illustrated minor arcana, ace through 10. Work with illustrated pip cards. That might not be for everybody. And listen, if it doesn't work for you and the Marseille is calling to you, fine. If the Thoth is calling to you, fine. If the Worth deck, which is a little bit more obscure, is calling to you, fine. If the IJJ Swiss is calling to you, fine. You know, if non-illustrated pips are your jam and it's just like 7 batons or 7 wands and you can read with it, by all means, bless you. Me? Not so much. Yes, Jamie says, okay. And yes, I love my illustrated pip card decks. Like, I mean, can you read with other decks that are non-illustrated pip cards? Absolutely you can. And by all means, if you want to, and that speaks to you and that works for you, fine, great, go for it. Don't make it so hard on yourself. And also, there's such a variety of decks out there now that you could get a training wheels kind of tarot deck easily. One of the ones that I like to recommend is the Simple Tarot. And the Simple Tarot, you can have cards without the keyword meanings on them, and then cards with the keyword meanings on them. Now, if you don't want to clutter up your deck and have words on them, then that's fine. But you get the option, which is great. And it kind of distills tarot down to maybe the most meaningful symbol of that particular card that makes that card the 7 of Wands, based on Arthur E. Waite's understanding of the tarot and what he directed Pamela Coleman Smith to illustrate. So, yes, and I also agree with you, Katie. I think illustrations encourage your intuition. Now, there are some people where they need just a more minimalist thing to have a jumping off point for their intuition, and sometimes illustrations almost make their intuition more confused because it's too complex. There's too much to look at. But I believe that illustrations encourage your intuition. And even if your intuition is not being activated, there are certain techniques that you can use, such as what Jamie suggests in the 4 ways to read: storytelling. Tell the story on the card. Now, if you don't have an illustrated pip, you can't really tell the story on the card besides saying, there are 5 swords. Okay. How do you interpret 5 swords? If you have a scene, though, and you're looking at the 5 of swords, and you're just like, okay, well, there's 3 figures on this card. 2 of the figures are walking away, and then there's this 3rd figure that's kind of like holding 2 swords and kind of not knowing what to do. What happened? And how can I apply that particular illustration or that story that's going on in the illustration to the question or the situation that I asked about or that a client asked about? There's more there with illustrations. Anyway, I've completely gone off topic and we're already 25 minutes in. So let's pull it back. I didn't even introduce myself. So thank you all for indulging me in the breaking news of, my book. It's a book. It's a book. Let me see if I can actually share. Hold on. I'm going to share. The Chrome tab. Let's see. Can you see it? Gotta scroll over to display it. There it is. I want to minimize myself. So there it is. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. I'm on Amazon. Yep. So, claps all around. Yes, exactly. This was the big news, Jamie. I don't know when you came in. So, Teresa told me. And demanded of me to go and claim my author page. So I did that really quickly. And so you can pre-order it if you would like to. It's on there. It doesn't come out until November, so you might be waiting a little while. I will throw it into the chat again. And yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I already did. I'm just waiting for everything to come through. So it's claimed. It's there. So yeah, that's the big news for today. And if I've been quiet or if I haven't been booking as many tarot readings or EFT practice sessions, even, it's because I've been writing. I've been writing my face off. So please pre-order if you were so inclined. It's amazing to see such a swell of support and love and gratitude and people wanting to read my book. And right now I'm writing it. So let me see. I think it's 16 chapters in total. It's 120 pages. So it's quite thin. And that might be also the reason why I'm like throwing myself for a loop a little bit, because it's quite thin. How much can I say in 128 pages on the tarot? But you know, I hope that my tarot book is a wonderful and welcoming gateway into your journey with the tarot, and encourages you to pick up other tarot books from other tarot authors, because that is the way you're going to learn tarot. Is, you might not feel compelled to buy every deck on the market, but you may feel compelled to just read with one tarot deck. But there's so much to learn, and there's so many people to learn it from. And, thankfully, the internet is there, and you can learn from people all over the world. There's a lot of wonderful free content out there as well. So it's great, but at the same time, you do kind of need someone to be a curator and to like help you and direct you, because there is some misinformation out there, and sometimes there is some stuff that's out off the wall or outlandish, and you're just like, where the hell did you get that interpretation from? But it may also be valid too. So yeah, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Actually, more like about 14 chapters, I would say. So, I'm covering different tarot decks, how to choose your tarot deck, the major arcana, the minor arcana, how to interpret the major and minor arcana. I am talking a little bit about 3-card spreads and the Celtic cross spread in there too. And giving some advice on how to read both of them, and also how to summarize some of them too, which to me is sometimes can be a failing in different tarot books. Is, And I don't want like my suggestion of like a card of the day practice to be, you know, almost a blockage to stringing the meaning of the cards together. So I really want to encourage that as a form of study so you can get more in depth with interpreting each card one at a time and then starting to string them together. But if you're feeling frisky and you want to pull two cards and see how the combinations work together, and then three cards and then more cards, by all means, you know, tarot can, you know, you get out of it what you put into it. So Jamie says, I can't love this enough. Yes, you can. I feel the love. I feel the love through the screen. So anyway, that was a long, long introduction, and I do apologize to those people who are viewing this series of episodes for the very first time. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hilary. I am a professional tarot reader, demystifying the mystical and putting you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. I firmly believe that everybody in the world has intuition, and I like to connect them with their intuition through the magic and the power of tarot cards. Like I was saying before, I am in the middle of writing my first tarot book, which will be out, published on November 22nd of this year, I believe. So it's open for pre-order now. You can go ahead and look at the comments for that link, and I will probably put out that link again and again, and also create a book page on my website, which is tarotbyhilary.com, accept no substitutes. And I am also available for tarot readings, whether it be phone, Skype, Zoom, or email readings. Not yet ready to see people in person yet because there is still a pandemic going on. Whether people like to admit to it or not, it's still present. So if and when I do open myself to readings in person again, I will certainly make that announcement on my website and also through my social media. I believe I am doing one event in May, I believe. So I will announce that when I have more information. And that's more of a public reading and smaller, like maybe 5 minute, 10-minute reading, you know, in conjunction with the people that are contracting me to be at their event. So, yeah. So anyway, I do these free workshops every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will put up the crawler. And tonight's episode, we are going to be talking about Cards of Your Destiny, the book by Robert Lee Camp. And it is a different kind of divination system that is based on both playing cards and your birthday as well. And when you calculate your birthday, you can also calculate the playing cards that are associated with your general energy. And also you can look at, I think it's each card is like the 52 weeks of the year or something like that. But we'll get into that when we're ready to teach the topic. First of all, the structure of these is we start off with some astrology from Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady, from her wonderful AstroBiz Digest. Then we get into the topic of the evening. This week, we're talking about Cards of Your Destiny. And then we finish off with a weekend forecast, which is a tarot or an oracle card that I pull at the end of the episode to bring you into the weekend and to kind of give you a sense of what this weekend's energy is going to be like and how you can best prepare for it. Pearls and More is saying, hi, new sub. Hello, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, and I would encourage everybody to, wherever you're tuning in from, if you're watching the replay or you're tuning in live, please go ahead, click the bell so that you know the next time that I go live. It's usually every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. I know that some of you have been watching for a long time. I know that certain people, this is like their Saturday morning ritual, which is lovely to hear. And it is so nice to hear that. I'm just like, whoo, little old me, thank you. That's like crazy to me, but I love that. So thank you for letting me know. And thank you for everyone that's a regular viewer here. So, click the bell for new episodes or new videos. I will probably be doing unboxing videos until the end of time. I don't know, because I'm such a tarot and oracle magpie that, I have to do unboxing videos. I get a lot of decks. So Katie is saying, who, me? Yes, you. That is who I'm talking about, Katie. If you resemble that remark, then I thank you for it. So subscribe, like, heart, share, sprinkle, whoever you think that would enjoy these videos. And we have a ton of videos, guys. Like, we have a veritable archive of videos on different topics. We've talked about charm casting. We talked about spirit boards or Ouija boards. We've talked about different witchy subjects. We've talked about the tarot in various degrees and forms. We've talked about the 5s and the 7s of the tarot. And, I will teach any topic that I'm familiar with, and also by popular demand. Like, if there is a topic that has not been covered yet in the replays or the archives, you can always let me know. I'm open to it. So, oh, yes. Yes. As Sophia is saying, everything I suggested during the last planning session, it's just like, oh, you want to know about that? We already covered that. But I'm always happy to go back and revisit any of those topics too, because honestly, our understanding can change and can evolve. And, I'm thinking about this so much because I'm writing my first tarot book. And, I talk to Melissa and Jamie every week because we record the Card Slingers Coast to Coast podcast. But we also, have our own separate conversations that are not recorded about planning and writing and authoring and everything else. And I believe it was Melissa that said, if I was to I look back on Kitchen Table Tarot and I'm just like, no, that's not what I think anymore, or no, or this or that, or here's what I would add, here's what I would take out or whatever. And, I'm totally going to have that experience too. I'm very sure about it because I go back to past videos and I'm just like, huh, okay, that's interesting. Or, I don't know if I feel that way now, or my understanding of this has evolved or changed, or I can add on to this. So I am open to revisiting past episodes and we can deep dive them again. Really. So Sophia is saying more detail on how to script tapping with tarot would be so cool. Yes, I am definitely thinking about that. Especially since, going through this certification that I'm going through, at the end of April, that's, I'm going to graduate from the Gala Darling method. And that's happening in Vegas. I will take you along, and document my journeys and my travels on my phone. And, check me out on my social media accounts so you can keep up with my adventures. And actually, Gala's team reached out to me to ask if I'd like to be interviewed and talk about, the method and what I've learned and how I've changed and since, taking it in preparation for the next round of certification students. So I'll be doing that the Friday I'm done and leaving Vegas. 'Cause right after that, I have to go to the airport to catch my flight. So I don't know. I'm really wondering if I should change my flight and make it later. But that might be just because I won't want it to end. So anyway, but yes, definitely probably in May, I would say. So Jamie's saying books are never finished. There's always something we wish we could change, evolve, or rewrite. Don't tell me this now, because now I'm going to second guess myself, and the writing is going to be even more difficult. It's already bad enough. I'm like, no, stop. You're done. Like literally, I just finished about the reading space, and I like saved it into the format that I need it to be in, so that I'm not touching it anymore. You know. Can't help myself. Oh, yes, absolutely. So Sophia says, once you finish the certification, I would love to hear your thoughts on the process. Definitely. Oh, no, that's different. So Sophia is saying she's calling it Venus, right? Or is that something else? That is something else. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still a little bit phlegmy. So there are two different things in that. So the Gala Darling method is the EFT certification, and the Venus codes is a program. Basically, it's a book that's being released chapter by chapter, and it also comes along with the tapping. So the Venus codes is more about feminine embodiments and learning to reclaim that part of yourself, because a lot of us go-getters are very inner masculine, and this is not about gender, by the way. It's more about, the masculinity and the femininity that all of us, male or female, already have inside of ourselves, and the energy that we hold ourselves in, and the energy that we're comfortable with. I don't necessarily want to say that I'm comfortable in my masculine, but I know that I've relied on it for so long, because that was the only way that I felt like I could get shit done. And that pushing side of myself, and that drive, and that Aries kind of fire, it's very masculine, or it can present itself as very masculine. And so the Venus codes is kind of that, not exactly antidote, because we need both sides. But it is more about learning how to be more receptive, and learning how to be more in your feminine and more in your body, really. Because masculine to me is head, always in my head. And the Venus codes is kind of like Gala's way of writing about it and realizing she thought that she healed that. And it turns out she is really successful in her business, but that's all been from the masculine. And now she realizes there's a different way to be, very interesting stuff. And I believe she's reopened the Venus codes. So I don't know if it's still open, but I think it might still be open. So if you want to get in it, get in it. It's really interesting. So this is just another offering. It's not the same as the certification, though. So happy to clarify that. So Jamie says, sorry, don't second guess yourself. You just need to yeet it out and move on. I know. Ooh, perfectionism. It's a mind trip. So that sounds financially dangerous. A little bit, yeah. I want to know, but I want to know more about, can my wallet handle knowing more? Maybe not. I just know that I really do love almost everything that Gala Darling puts out, and I end up usually purchasing almost everything that Gala Darling puts out. And some of it is not cheap. Some of it can be expensive, but it is kind of asking yourself, if a year from now I am still in the same place, or I'm still having the same issue, like, will that cost more, than trying to knock this out right now? And to me, when I went in for the certification course, I had a full-time job, and I had the money to be able to do it. Now my job is doing this, and my job is writing, and my job is giving tarot readings, and my job eventually will be to, be an EFT practitioner in conjunction with my tarot stuff. So, up to you, but a lot of things do come with a cost, and I would just check in with your own intuition and ask yourself after reading the sales page, is this a hell yes or is this a hell no? And if it isn't a full 100% yes, then maybe it's not the time for you. But I've been very happy with pretty much everything that I've gotten from her. So, but I can only speak for me. So Jamie says, I grok you there. And Sophia says, if I get some more flute students, I'm all for it. And you can also do a tapping for prosperity as well. If you've gone down the rabbit hole of Gala Darling's stuff, look on her YouTube. Look at her High Vibe Honey videos from her YouTube. Do one of the prosperity or abundance tappings. There's a couple I can think of off the top of my head. There was one, I think, for $365 when she first opened up the Vortex originally, because that was the original price of the Vortex. So she did a tapping on how to manifest $365, like the exact amount. And then when the Vortex reopened again at the higher price point, I think she did a tapping on exactly that amount. And then she also did a tapping on instant miracles, which ended up being like financially abundant for me. So yeah, check those out because there's tons there for free as well. Yes, exactly. She's got to have a video for that. She does. Absolutely. I think it's youtube.com/Gala-Darling. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's get into the AstroBiz Digest forecast because we are way into the program here. And I apparently have been gesticulating wildly because my my step tracker has gone up a full 1,000 steps because I'm like talking with my hands. So pulling up the AstroBiz Digest. I took a little bit of a look at this earlier, and I do realize that I think I'm being adversely affected by Mars in Pisces. So my go-getterness is a little bit dampened lately. No. Yes. Okay. And I am going to have hold on. Let me pull up the that I did not mean to have that be full screen there. Interesting. Doesn't look too bad. So we are going to get our astrology from Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady, from her wonderful AstroBiz Digest. It is $99 for a year subscription. Astrology right to your inbox. Yes, it's geared towards business owners and entrepreneurs, but I have found it to be very, very helpful in my own personal life as well. So, and I usually give the astrology from this for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you are liking what you're hearing and you would like to purchase a subscription, please go ahead and do so because I'm not going to give away the farm. I am just shouting out Teresa's work. And if you would like more, you can purchase it from her. And guzzling my water. All right, let's go. So there's a lot of stuff this week. Jupiter conjoined with Neptune in Pisces on the 12th. That was a rare aspect that hasn't happened in over 150 years. And Jupiter rules both planets. Jupiter and Neptune both rule Pisces. Jupiter is the traditional ruler while Neptune is the modern ruler. So that means that the planets are happy together, creating magical vibes. So dreams can become a reality. There was a lot of people talking about Jupiter conjoining Neptune and Pisces on the 12th and how you should really take advantage of that energy for business, creativity, brainstorming, new ideas, travel, publishing, arts. Put the energy into those activities and amazing things will follow. However, there was a little bit of flakiness and weak boundaries on that day as well. So you want to put up your boundaries and put your shields up on that day. So that was the 12th. On the 14th, which was yesterday, Mars entered Pisces, and that can bring a lot of tension, or you may find your passions get doused. I am definitely the latter, not the former. Emotions could impact your ability to make sound business decisions, and once again, you need to slow down and ground yourself if you wish to keep your momentum going. And Mars remains in Pisces until May 24th. So this is a while. This is about a month of Mars in Pisces. Gear up your client list when the full moon in Libra shows up on the 16th. So that will be tomorrow. This is your green light if you need to let go of a few folks who no longer fit with you. And some might choose to exit on their own. Either way, it will create space for new people to enter the picture. The full moon might also signal the completion of a joint venture. A project may come to a successful close, and that's a great reason to celebrate. So that is the overall vibes that is going on this week, and that is all available in the Astro Biz Digest. So I really like to call that out for the general energy of the week, especially if there's so much going on. All right, now for today, Friday, April 15th, the morning and early afternoon are clean as a whistle. That means that you have plenty of time to forge new alliances, meet with power players, and take care of your VIP clients. Or you can work on creative projects. It's up to you. Watch out for the Moon Chiron opposition at 3:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The walking wounded are out at that time looking to take a passive-aggressive bite. Do not fall for their crap. Shields up. Today, Friday, April 15th, is a power day for Libra and a weak day for Aries. I don't know. I found this day to be kind of nice and calm. So this Aries is fine with it. Okay. Any questions so far before I move on to Saturday and Sunday? And I'm going to hide this and come back in. Just let me know in the chat. I'm going to pause for a second here to hydrate myself. Good. Sophia says, all good. By the way, I have multiple things plugged in right now using my cute little airplane adapter from multitasking. Sorry, it's not an adapter. It's a 4-in-1 USB. Isn't it cute? And it's actually blush pink. So I think my lamp is like blowing things out. There we go. I also don't have the light on in here, so I might have to turn on the light. But I've got that plugged in. I've got my light plugged in. I have my snowball mic plugged into my actual computer. These are wireless, and yeah. So I just feel like I'm drowning in wires right now. But the reason why I did this was because I wanted to use my wireless mouse, which requires a USB connection. So Sophia says, makes sense so far. And Sophia's also asking, is anyone in this chat going to Newts? I may be, maybe not. I don't know yet. I have some travel plans. Again, Vegas for the end of my certification was unexpected. And then we also made plans to go on a cruise end of July into August. So I don't know if that's happening yet. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping. So I might be all traveled out by that time, but I'm pretty sure that Jamie is going, and I think Melissa is going too. There you go. There's your answer, Sophia. I am. It's in my hometown, so we're representing. Card slingers representing. My tarot book club made matching tote bags because we're those people, LOL. That is so cute. Oh my gosh, making connections. So cute. This is really the reason why I do this. I don't even have to teach. I'm just making connections. By the way, that's another side note. I don't know if I mentioned it. Did I mention it last week? I don't know if I mentioned it last week, or maybe this happened this week. I can't remember. I'm losing track of the weeks. I got a human design reading, and apparently that is what I'm good at. I'm a splenic manifester, and apparently I am very good at catalyzing people and making an impact. And I match people up very well too. So, so that's how you you don't have to wear a rose in your lapel. You can just look out for the Hero Font Book Club. Oh, that's so cute. The Hero Font. I get it. It's a pun. Oh, God, I'm such a nerd. Okay. While you're all, grooving in the chat, I am gonna, so I only gave Friday, right? Let me go turn on the light, talk amongst yourselves, and then we'll continue into Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Hero Font. Oh, yeah. I think you mentioned it in a live, not last week, I think, regarding the reading. I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned it in a live or if I just mentioned it to you, Katie. I don't think I mentioned it in a live. I could be wrong, but I think I might have mentioned it to you. Sophia says we met through for the love of cards, and now we have an Airbnb together for newts. That is awesome. I love it. I love it. Tarot weirdos are the best weirdos. I'm just saying. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Let us move on to, I think I might have mentioned it to you, but not on here. But if people are interested in human design, because I had never heard of it before, let me know. You can message me, and I will give you the link to the person who gave me my reading. And I believe you can get a discount code if you mention my name or Tarot by Hilary. So DM me if you're interested in that human design stuff, and I will send you over to the person that read for me. Okay. Saturday morning starts off on a dynamic note thanks to the Moon-Saturn trine at 9:06 a.m. Sign contracts, host power breakfast meetings, and get your PR poppin'. The full moon arrives in style at 2:55 p.m. I've already read you the information. A power struggle is possible at 5:57 p.m. when the moon squares Pluto. However, the moon is also void at that time, so don't expect it to go anywhere. At 8:23 p.m., the moon will be in mysterious Scorpio, perfect for strategy sessions, behind-the-scenes projects, top-secret deals for favorite clients, and financial management. Yeah, baby. A Moon-Mars trine at 10:55 p.m. could be fab for late-night meetings with influencers or a hot night with your boo. Sunday is easy breezy in the morning with an aspect-free day. If you decide to work, you want to put your energy into organizing your money. Update your budget, balance the biz checkbook, and finalize deals. The evening is a mixed bag with the moon opposing Mercury and Uranus while trining Venus. What does that mean? It's unpredictable and wild. 1 minute it's sweet, the next drama. Mercury sextile Venus at 9:09 p.m. could open doors for creative solutions, lovely conversations, or new connections. This means things could turn to the positive before Sunday is out. Since this is Easter Sunday, it might be best to take care of a few business details in the morning, then keep your evening chill with the fam. If someone is looking for trouble, put them in charge of dyeing eggs. That'll keep the peace. If it doesn't, might I recommend passing out Cadbury cream eggs to shut the drama down? This is definitely Teresa saying this. Saturday is a power day for Libra and a weekday for Aries. And Sunday is a power day for Scorpio and a weekday for Taurus. Whew. Okay. So that is your astrology, your astro-weather from Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady, from her wonderful AstroBiz Digest. Please pick up a copy of your own if you would like to, and support your local astrologer and tarot reader and tarot expert. Anyone? Oh, yes. So Sophia's asking, off topic, but are you taking tapping clients? It's not off topic. I am still practicing, so I'm not charging for those yet. So if you would like to be practiced on, please send me a message and I will send you a link to book your free session. Okay? Because that's the way I've been handling it. And also it's been a way that I can space some of them out, because like I went hard. I went hard the last 2 weeks. And I'm I'm sounding a little bit froggy still. I promise I am feeling so much better than I was, but you know, I got chastised. I think I mentioned that in last week's episode when I was doing card readings. But yeah, I got some really great feedback that went right to Gala. And she shouted me out, and then she also asked me about intuition as well. So I was like asked to talk about my favorite topic in the world. But also I kind of got a little, you know, spiritual hygiene, energetic bitch slap. Like, hey, you know, like you can't do 3 tapping sessions in a row. Like when you were a younger tarot reader and you were still learning your craft and you were reading the cards and you were reading them for people and getting paid to do so, and that's great. You know, it just reminded me so much of the time that I did 5 Celtic cross readings back to back to back to back to back. And then I went home and I think I slept for maybe 12 to 13 hours. And I think I was living with my mother at the time. And she really thought something was wrong with me. She was just like, oh my God, what happened? Are you okay? You know, you slept so long. I'm worried. Like, oh, you slept so long. And I'm just like, did I? You know, like I didn't even know. And I realized like, oh, okay. And so it's kind of the same thing that's happening now. You know, I need to learn to recalibrate myself and pace myself as well. And again, that whole thing about the masculine and the feminine and the Venus codes, like, woohoo, can't push it. Can't, you know, and I actually work better from the feminine and from the receptive and everything. And it's actually helping my intuition a little bit and like not forcing. Because when I force, then I get smacked. So yes, reach out to me and we can book something. Yes, that would be phenomenal. Awesome. Great. Oof, I know that feeling. My first bridal shower gig almost killed me. Yeah. But you live and you learn, right? So let us talk about this weirdness, this topic that I wanted to mention to you, because so this is something that I found out about from Jacqueline Tierney when I went to the Soulful Proprietor Retreat that was run by Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady. And you know, I was talking with Jacqueline and she was saying, oh, you must be this, or you're this, or whatever. And she was talking in terms of playing cards. And I'm like, what is that? Because like I knew tarot, but I didn't know what she was talking about when she was talking about playing cards. And I'm just like, oh, do you mean like the 10 of hearts is the 10 of cups, or the 7 of the Seven of Swords is the Seven of Spades, like, and she was like, well, no, it's not that, it's not really connected to the tarot cards minor arcana. It is playing cards and also based on your birthday. And so she recommended to me this book, Cards of Your Destiny by Robert Lee Camp. And so as soon as I got home from that retreat, I think I don't know if I ordered it or I found it in the bookstore. I think I was lucky enough to find it on the bookstore, that they actually had it in stock, which was surprising to me. So this is the paperback, and it's quite large. It's not like really book size. I think this is more of a, is this in a, all right, like, here's the differences. So here's Jamie's book, Tarot Inspired Life, and here's Cards of Your Destiny. So I think the size of this has to do with some of the charts that are in it, because you go in here, and on the inside front cover and the first page, you have the birth and planetary ruling card charts. And then the continuation of that. So it's a lot, and it's like small print too. And there is an asterisk too here that says denotes cusp birth date. See page 109 for full explanation. So I'm going to probably flounder a bit in talking with you about this because I don't fully understand it. Let's see. And it's like completely different to me. Jamie says, I hope so, because size shouldn't matter. I do like big books though. I like big books and I cannot lie. Yeah, it's bigger than my face. But then again, most books are bigger than my face because, yeah. So if you would like a copy, so there's two main books that he describes this work. So there's Cards of Your Destiny, which is this one, and then there's also one called Love Cards, and it's very similar in look to this, but it's a red cover and it just says Love Cards. Okay, so discover your future. This is the back cover blurb here. Priceless information about your future in minutes. Using just your birth date and an ordinary deck of cards, the new edition of Cards of Your Destiny will reveal the secrets of your future, inform your present, and explain your past. Based on science once used by the ancient Egyptians, I don't know how true that is. This in-depth but surprisingly simple fortune-telling system is a unique combination of astrology and numerology that can be mastered in a matter of hours. Honeys, I have not mastered this in a matter of hours, okay? I don't know. Maybe my brain is just too full of tarot knowledge that I can't fit any more in. Anyway, so Robert Lee Camp is known throughout Hollywood for his accurate and insightful celebrity readings. I had never heard of him until this Soulful Proprietor retreat. So now try his unique method for yourself and unlock the mysteries of your finances, career, travel, health, and personal relationships. Featuring new articles for advanced study, this book will help you find answers. So yeah, and then you've got the inside cover. It says is a guide. It says find your birth card now. I don't know how you can really do that unless you actually read some of the book, right? That's more of an insider joke, but no. Do you sleep with it under your pillow? No. And I don't sleep with tarot cards under my pillow either, because that would be very uncomfortable. So, what you do is there's yearly spreads. There's spreads of the corresponding suit. Hold on here. Okay, so here's from the introduction. In 1973, a man by the name of Arne Leen made an amazing and startling prediction. Arne Leen studied astrology, numerology, and the science of the cards and had many television and motion picture personalities among his clients. By chance, he was asked by Tennis Illustrated magazine to test his system of prediction by deciding who would the winners of the Wimbledon tennis matches would be for that year. As Arne began his study of all the contenders, he discovered a fascinating pattern emerging. He noticed that the cards of all the American contenders were showing very bad results for the dates of the matches. Their cards showed frustration and disappointment, usually associated with losing matches. Trusting in their system, Arne told Tennis Illustrated that none of the Americans would win those matches or even do well. This was unusual since so many of the top contenders were American. As the date of the matches drew near, a political issue came up whereby none of the Americans were allowed to compete in the matches that year. Tennis Illustrated was stunned that Arne's prediction had come true. So much so, in fact, that they asked him to write a monthly astrology column, which, as you can imagine, is unusual for a tennis magazine. The techniques that Arne Leen used to make his predictions are the very same that you are about to learn while reading this book. So the author says that this person was one of my first teachers in the cards, and I pass on to you this ancient and amazing science of forecasting that I have used successfully in my reading practice for the past 8 years. It's the most accurate and easy to learn system I've ever found, and prepare yourself to be amazed at the information you will obtain from it. So you discover what your birth card is, and once you know what this card is, you will be able to look up any year of your life and read the cards of your yearly spreads, which give specific and detailed information about every important area of your life. You will be able to know in advance what will be happening in the areas of love, romance, family, work, finances, health, travel, legal matters, and your spiritual life, and know when the best times are for marriage, business expansion, changing jobs or line of work, travel, and the sale of real estate. So that's a kind of tall order. So you need to know 3 bits of information: birth date, sex, and occupation. So the deck of cards, so this is the playing cards. Why, for instance, are there 52 cards in a deck? Why four suits? What do these suits represent? Where do playing cards come from? Etc. They're a calendar system. So this system says that they're a calendar system. And the deck of cards is our calendar. So 4 suits of 13 cards each, totaling 52 cards plus a joker. Let's begin with the number 52. There are 52 weeks in a year. Now, in numerology, we reduce numbers by adding their digits. If we reduce the number 5-2, we get 5 plus 2 equals 7. This may seem a little bit familiar to you if you watched the birth cards episode and year cards episode that I've done before. And also we did a birth cards episode on the Card Slingers Coast to Coast podcast as well, and read Melissa to filth, even though she argued with us the entire time. So if you're interested about that, if you're interested in that, there are a couple of episodes that you can check out both on the podcast and also in previous episodes that we've done here. So 5 plus 2 equals 7, the number of days in a week and the number of visible planets. 7 is a very magical number in many ways and is considered the most spiritual number. It's used extensively in many mystical traditions. We can imagine that sometime in our ancient past, man discovered that a full year comprised something in the neighborhood of 365 days and nights. Looking into the heavens, they also noticed the sun, moon, and 5 other visible objects that we now know as planets circling our sun. Taking their combined number 7 and dividing the number of days in a year by it, they came up with the 52 cycles in a year that we now call weeks. So this number has had much more significance and use these simple facts as a springboard for more advanced study. Once again, taking numerology, we assign numeric values to each of the cards. The aces are 1, the 2s 2, and so forth until we get to the jack. The jack has Oh, I'll pause there. Katie says she is very good at arguing. LOL. She is. She is. And then she realized that, oh, no, this makes sense. So the jack is given the value of 11, the queen 12, and the king 13. Now, if we add up all the number values of every card in the deck, what do you guess will be the result? This means 4 times 13 for the 4 kings plus 4 times 12 for the 4 queens, etc. What would be the resulting total of every card in the deck? Did you guess 365? It's pretty close. The total actually comes to 364. And we know that there are 365 and 1/4 days in a year. So what happened to the other day and a quarter? There is also another card in the deck that we haven't counted yet, and that is the Joker. And guess what? The Joker's value is exactly that of 1/4, which brings the total value of the deck of cards to exactly the number of days in a year. The 12 court cards in the deck represent the 12 months in the year. And the Joker's value of 1/4 comes from the fact that he is all the 4 suits plus himself. He stands apart as a unique balancing element in the scheme of the cards and the many card personalities. By the way, the Joker sounds similar to the Fool, doesn't it? Just saying, Fool numbered 0 in the major arcana of the tarot. Just saying. Anyway. There's one birthday of the year that cannot be read by this system. That is December 31st, the birthday of the Joker card. Since the person born a Joker can choose to be any card in the deck, it is impossible to read them. In the days of kings and courts, New Year's Eve was considered a fool's day. On that day, the court jester would ascend to the throne and make jest of the king and queen and all the citizens of court and country. He would imitate them all, showing them the folly of their ways and how absurd some of the pompous drama was. Perhaps this is the reason why the Joker card is an enigma. So this also has correspondences to the seasons and their corresponding suits. You can do this work, by the way, in the tarot. I believe there are seasonal attributes to the minor arcana suits. Maybe I should include that in my book. The first season of the year is spring. So that's represented by the suit of hearts. The next season is summer, and that is clubs. Autumn season is diamonds, and winter season is spades. And apparently the ace of spades is very different. It's the card that represents the Order of the Magi and the secret societies of old. And it represents secrets in this system. And it is a symbol of death as well. That might be the reason why Motorhead sang about it. Okay, so that's the reason why. Anyway, there's a lot of information in this book. If this is interesting to you, especially your place among the cards, I would suggest checking out his website first before picking up a copy of this, just to see if this is kind of your jam. So his website is called Seven Thunders. I know that sounds weird, but there is a reference to it in this book. That's the reason. So I'm gonna put that in. But just to let you know, like some of the workshops are, there's workshops on there, a bunch of other stuff. So let's get to really the meat of this and why I found this interesting. So I'm going to also put this in too, which is Know Your Destiny cards. So you can just have someone calculate it for you. So I'm going to do my calculation as an example. I'm putting myself on the line for you guys. So your birth card will always be the same. Your yearly card, your 52-day card, and your daily card will be different. So according to this, and I will display this so you can see. Media, upload. Oh, not that. That's not what I wanted to do. Don't need to show you that. Wrong thing. Here we go. I probably have a lot of stuff in here, so let's see. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay, so according to the My Destiny Cards website, my birth card, and this matches up, is the King of Diamonds. My yearly card is the 6 of Clubs. My 52-day card is the 3 of Clubs, and my daily card is the Ace of Clubs. So that's a lot of clubs. Let me see here. And there's more to it than this too, because it's just like, here's a birth card. Like, so this is mostly chapter 2 of this book, your place among the cards. All the information you will need to do a reading can be found in the cards. The most important card, the specific card that represents each of us, is our birth card. However, there are other cards that represent us and other people. There are also cards that tell us where the events will be in our lives, or what the events will be in our lives. So these are the cards that represent you and the people you know. We call this group of cards the personal signifiers. And I think when I did this, when I was like first learning this, and this is like quite a few years ago now, right after the Soulful Proprietor workshop, like I was like really, really deep into this. So now it's like kind of like a distant memory. But I remember like looking up different years and seeing some of the, the royal cards, and knowing just by the description of the cards, it's just like, ooh, that was my ex. And that was exactly the year we got together. And that was exactly the year that we broke up. And it was just very like eye-opening, like, ooh, wait, like there's something to this. Oh, Renee. Hi, Renee. So Renee says, my birth card is the King of Clubs. Okay, so we'll get to the King of Clubs. And I don't know if you're familiar with the system, but like, please, if any of you are watching live and you want to correct me or you want to add, please go ahead and do so. This is like so out of my element and out of my jam, but I just found it to be very interesting. So so if you haven't looked up your birthday yet, do so now by finding the card that corresponds to your birthday in the birth and planetary ruling card chart located in the back of this book. This chart is a valuable tool because it becomes important to know your birth card as well as the birth cards of all of your friends and associates. Like, so it's almost like It's almost like it is very like astrology in a way, where it's just like, I need to know your sign, and I need to know the sign of everyone around you and everyone around. So Jamie says, birth card is the 3 of diamonds for you. Okay, we'll get to that. And Renee's saying, hey girl, love your show. Thank you so much. By the way, Renee is another one that's in the certification, the EFT certification. So we're out there. We're like amassing this incredible girl gang. So much fun. All right. So yeah, so technically speaking, I don't even need to know I don't think I need to know the year, right? As we begin looking at the cards that make up your yearly readings, we will know if any of the cards we find are either your birth card or the birth cards of people you know. This will become clearer as we look at your yearly spread of cards. You can learn much about yourself and your friends and family by studying birth cards and knowing more about their meanings. Although this book does not go into much detail about the personality of each card, there is a wealth of information about your life and personality available in my book, Love Cards. The purpose of Cards of Your Destiny is to teach you the predictive aspects of this wonderful science. So for now, we'll talk about these cards just enough to help you learn how to do your own readings. Their birth card is the single most important of your personal significators. When we begin looking at your yearly spreads, we will always pay more attention to the yearly spread of your birth card than any other. If you only had time to read the cards for one of your significators, you would always choose the birth card. So focus on your birth cards, okay? Go to that website, put in your date, focus on your birth cards. I'm just going to double check mine against this chart back here, just to make sure it is indeed the King of Diamonds, but I'm pretty sure memory serves it is. Yep. King of Diamonds. So according to my birthday, and I don't think the year comes into it, it's just the birthday, I'm the King of Diamonds. My PRC is the 2 of Diamonds. So I don't know what 2 of Diamonds. Okay. So I will look at that. Planetary ruling card. So my planetary ruling card is the 2 of Diamonds. So that the planetary ruling card is the most important of the personal significators. The planetary ruling card is close behind. The birth card is most important. The planetary ruling card is close behind. It acts as a secondary symbol of your life and personality, essentially another card that we act like. Some people even act more like their planetary ruling card than their birth card. When we do a personal reading, we'll use the yearly spreads for both the birth card and planetary ruling card, giving us 2 yearly spreads to consider. Pay special attention if your planetary ruling card has an asterisk beside it. Mine did not. I'm not born on a cusp. I am definitely not a cusp. Since the planetary ruling card is determined from our sun sign, astrologically speaking, people born on the cusp have to first identify their exact sun sign before they determine which card is their planetary ruling card. Interesting. Quick note about Leos and Scorpios. The planetary ruling card for Leos is the same as their birth card, so we don't use them or do a separate yearly spread for them. On the other hand, Scorpios have 2 planetary ruling cards, and they have a choice whether to do yearly spreads for both or one. Then there's also personality cards for women, personality cards for men, exceptions for homosexuals and bisexuals. Thank you very much. And the cards I use in during yearly spreads. I usually focus on the yearly spreads for just 2 cards, the birth card and planetary ruling card. So I think we should just focus on the birth cards. So it says to see your yearly spread for your birth card this year, turn to the section of the book that begins on page 249. 249. Ooh. So this is based on your age. So, yes, I remember now why I was so freaked out. I remember it's coming back. It's coming back to me now. So here, for example, is the King of Diamonds, which is my birth card. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. Oh, good. So Katie, which website is it? My Destiny cards, if you hover over? Or is it the Seven Thunders one? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yeah, so go to knowyourdestinycards.com. I think I put it in their chat. And yeah, King of Diamonds is the business owner. So that is a trip and a half. So Katie said that website gives you a little summer reading if you hover above your card. Yeah, or click on it. I had to click on it. And Jamie says, FU 3 of Diamonds, feeling a bit called out. Yes, exactly. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're feeling a bit called out. So yeah, King of Diamonds for me, age 41. We have a bunch of stuff here and a bunch of information here and a bunch of listings here to do your yearly spread. But I'm going to put this down and go with what's more accessible right now. Again, if you're interested in it, you know, you can grab that book, Cards of Your Destiny. That's what started me out on this wackiness, because it's not the same. But I will call out myself, and you can feel free to tell on yourselves as well using that link. Once again, I'll put it in there. Put it in the chat. So let me close that and close that. Okay. So for me, the King of Diamonds is the business owner. The King of Diamonds is the master of values. And in this regard, he or she can do very well in any business pursuit, applying the inherited knowledge to their business with much success. These people always do better as heads of their own business. They can be very mercenary when it comes to money and business, but they don't have to be. This is the only one-eyed king in the deck, which means that they tend to see everything from their own point of view, exclusive of others. All right, yeah, I'm feeling a little called out. This can make them very stubborn and one-sided in their viewpoints. Ouch, okay. However, all of them know what is of real value, and if they follow their knowing instead of their fears, they can be the most respectable people in their business world. They must always guard against using their willpower to get things to go their way. They have good marriage karma in general and usually marry someone who is intelligent and able to contribute to their goals. That's true. Okay. They are very creative and can make huge amounts of money by using this gift. King of Diamonds are powerful people who can do much good in the world and can be examples of those who are in the world but not of it. Okay. Your birth card is the most important symbol of your karmas for this lifetime. It is also your soul card or your sun card. My karma cards, 3 of clubs. You owe something to this person and they reflect you in some way. All right, who's a 3 of clubs in here? Hold on. Who's a 3 of clubs? I'm not going to show anybody else's for right now. You owe something to this person, they reflect you in some way. Okay, 3 of clubs, I'll have to look. And 7 of spades, this person owes you and you are their mirror in some way. So my yearly card is 6 of clubs, the card of higher purpose. The 6 of clubs is the card of intuition. I'm not making this up, folks. I can show it if you want, but wow. Its presence in your cards can indicate a time where your intuition will be stronger than usual. It is also the card of responsibility in speech and communications and of making compromises to maintain a peaceful surrounding. When this card shows up, situations will arise that promote bringing your life into balance and stability. Whatever is out of balance will have to be adjusted, so there may be karmic debts to pay. On a more universal level, the presence of the 6 of clubs can indicate a time when we can become aware of a special purpose in our life, something to do with sharing higher knowledge with others. I am not making this up, folks. Not making this up. It has also been called the John the Baptist card and the way showers card. Thus, it can be a harbinger of an important message for you, one which will lead you to a higher purpose and lifestyle in the spiritual sense. This is a long-range card, which is considered to be one of the most important influences of the year, a place where a lot of your attention will go. And by the way, all of this text is from Robert Lee Camp, who wrote Cards of Your Destiny. That's nuts. I feel really called out right now. I'll go backwards to the other comments. The business owner, 100%. Wow. Yeah. So Katie's saying same. What, in being called out, or you've got the same cards? All right. So Katie is saying this bit. The 3 of diamonds is considered one of the more difficult of life paths of all the cards, especially when the 3 of diamonds is a woman. Or this bit, a natural interest in metaphysics should be cultivated if they are to know more peace in their lives and overcome the many hurdles and temptations. Wow. That's crazy. Yep. Katie says, Jamie and I are suffering similarly with being called out. Got it. Oh, and you have the same birth. Same birth card. Zuri is here. Hi, Hilary. Happy to see you tonight. Happy to see you too, Zuri. Welcome. We're getting called out by Robert Lee Camp's Cards of Your Destiny. So welcome to the broadcast. So I just read my King of Diamonds, which is my birth card, which is the business owner, which everyone's laughing at me, and the yearly card, which is about following my intuition and bringing knowledge. And yeah, I just got the news that my book is available for pre-order on Amazon. So today. Katie is saying it's totally cards going na 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 na. So Jamie and Katie are saying hello to Zuri. Let's continue. Let's continue with the 52-day card for me and the 3 of clubs. Okay, sure. 3 of clubs. Oh, all right. Now you're just showing off. 3 of clubs, the writer's card. The writer's card? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right. The Three of Clubs is the card of mental creativity, so much so that it is called the writer's card. On the other hand, it can be the card of worry and indecision and mental stress. How about both? Whenever this card appears in your reading, you will have an opportunity to either get the benefits of heightened creativity of mind or suffer the liability of more stress and indecision. I swear I didn't read this stuff before talking about the book writing, okay? You can't make this shit up. I don't know if we're going to do a weekend forecast because we're being called out so hard by playing cards right now that I don't even think we have capacity to be called out by the tarot or an oracle card. Anyway, use this influence for writing, either personally or professionally. Express yourself to all you meet and you will reap positive rewards. And I am currently in my Mercury 52-day period of your year. This period began on April 8th and will end on May 30th. This is not funny. Oh. Ordering Cards of Your Destiny or ordering my book, Renee? Ah! All right. Catching up here and kind of trying to level out here. I'm totally being called out right now. By the way, Mr. Tarot by Hilary is in the living room. I've got the bedroom door shut. Because usually if I'm broadcasting from the couch, he's on the other couch and just listening to everything I have to say. But he was actually, you know, I think I mentioned this at the top of the broadcast, but some of you might have come in later. You know, when I told my best friends, you know, here's the link, it's available for pre-order, she immediately sent me a screenshot back showing that she pre-ordered it, and I just like immediately started sobbing, like immediately. And it was just like so I'm gonna get choked up and I'm not gonna be ashamed of it. It was just so gratifying, and also like it's real. Like it's real. This thing that I've been agonizing over, and this thing that I've been like second guessing myself and writing and like being like, no, yes, the you know, it's just been like, it's real. And my best friend just pre-ordered my book. It was just like, and my husband came into the room and he was like looking at me, and I'm just like, she pre-ordered my book, and he just gave me this huge hug, and he was just like, yeah, honey, it's real. It's real. Like, you're really writing a book. I'm like, yeah, really writing a book. So it was good tears. Yeah. Jamie says, that's perfect. Ha 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 ha, Hilary. I think the comment assistant just popped up that ha 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 ha. Jamie's run to go get groceries. Yep. Go adulting. I'll see you later. Renee said, holy moly. Mm-hmm. And Katie said, are you able to see future dates? I'm wondering what's going to happen on your published date. Yes, technically speaking, yes, I think so, but I haven't gotten to that point because I need to kind of know when the where in the planetary cycle it is in order to determine where that publishing date falls. So the published date is November 22nd of 2022. At least that's the published date that I see on the Amazon site for in the United States. I think the published date is 2 months sooner in Britain because my publisher is London based. So this is actually the reason why, like, my due date is like end of the month. So it's a really quick timetable, and it's a short book, but I'm still, you know, upended by it. But all of this has information. So, like, for example, I just turned to the 8 of Diamonds here, and it has basic meaning, And what this card means in the Mercury, the Venus, the Mars, the Jupiter, the Saturn, the Uranus, the Neptune, and the Pluto. And then it's also result card, long range card, environment card, and displacement card. So I don't know what and all of that is, but there it's definitely in here. So I might not be able to do it. And it's different cycles. So it's a 13-year cycle ruling cards. So Mercury is ages 0 to 12, ages 13 to 25 is Venus. Like it's hard, it's kind of hard to understand. And card meanings can be changed by our attitude. Huh. It's the weekly reading. There's no long range card for life, though, apparently. Huh. And there's traditional divorce cards, traditional marriage cards, marriage influenced by planetary period, cards of love affairs and love triangles. Oif. Yeah, I'd have to look backwards for that. Uh, uh, yeah, I kind of want to know that too, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that on this live. But I will look into it and get back to you. Something that I'll look into. Um, oh my God, Renee is pre-ordering my book. Thank you so much, Renee. And yes, these playing cards don't play. So my book, by the way, is on the tarot. It's not on this. It's not on Cards of Your Destiny. It's on the tarot, just to be clear. And it's going to be amazing. Thank you so much. Zuri says you should be proud. It's a big deal, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. We believe in you. Thank you. Thank you. But how crazy is that? The 3 of Clubs is the writer's card? Come on. Come on now. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm almost afraid to look up the daily card and what the Ace of Clubs is, but hey, we're going to go there. We've already done this other 3. So, okay. Close. All right, so today, Ace of Clubs, the desire for knowledge card. The Ace of Clubs means a strong desire for knowledge of some kind of the birth of a new idea, plan, or way of communicating with the world around you. This could also mean a desire for some specific information, for an education, or to pursue some new plans you make. The Ace of Clubs always means a new beginning of some sort. This could be a new job idea or just embarking on a new way of thinking and communicating with others. The exact nature of the beginning will depend on the position of the card and the circumstances in your life at the time, but in general, this is a good time to plan to start something new. And this is my Mars day, so I'm feeling energetic and competitive. Watch out for arguments, and sex could be great. Oh, Mr. Tarot by Hilary. So, and I can actually look at my card for tomorrow as well. Endings, ending of a certain kind of work that you've been doing for a long time, ending of a certain pursuit. While money does seem to be lost under the 9 of Diamonds, keep in mind that this is just preparation for a new cycle of incoming money. Sometimes we need to spend some money to stimulate more to come in. And this is my Jupiter day, the day of the week that you're more likely to have financial gains and rewards. So that's tomorrow. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Wow. All right. Anybody else want to share? Now that I've turned you on to destiny cards and what they are. Because that is nuts. That's really nuts. Actually, let me look. Let me see. What's your birth card? How do you determine destiny cards for a specific day? Days of the week, destiny card chart. Don't be confused with a credit card. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that and get back to you on that. But I'm interested in that as well. Okay, that's really the episode, especially since I was just read to filth and I didn't even realize I was going to be read to filth. I should have known. I mean, there was a reason. There was a reason that I chose to teach this particular topic and basically say, like, hey, you know, just pick up this book. That's what this version, that's what my version of the book looks like. Your mileage may vary. And then there's another one called Love Cards. That just has love up the top and cards in the circle at the bottom. And it's a red cover instead of that blue cover. I want to know. Birth card and planetary ruling card chart. That is... I mean, I already did that. King of Diamonds and the Two of Diamonds. I'm curious. Doing a yearly reading. Fine. What about a daily reading? Come on. And you can also, like, read two cards together as well. I mean, like, this is crazy. I don't think it really talks about daily cards in this book, though. Auspicious. I have looked at auspicious years, though. And this one is an auspicious year, I think. I'm looking. I'm not sure why I can't find it. Anyway, I'm going to flip right to the King of Diamonds. But it's basically the same thing that was said. Oh yeah, I don't have to. Because they took that widget that's on there. It's the same text from the basic meaning of the King of Diamonds in this book. So anyway, Katie says, my year card gives a nice side to it, even if my birth card sounds dreadful. Later in the summary, it says, for ladies, the King of Hearts represents the perfect lover or companion, and so it often indicates having an enjoyable sexual relationship or in some cases marriage. But for all of us, the King of Hearts brings success in dealing with our own emotions, success with the public, and in any of the artistic fields, and romantic success in one form or another. That could be nice. Yeah, I mean, most of the time, not all cards have to be negative, and that's another thing I want to add to my book, that there are no outright negative or positive cards, like it is all about context, which, I'll try to squeeze that in there. But as Jamie said before, you will probably, as soon as you're done with that last chapter and it's off to the publisher and it's out of your hands, you'll probably remember a bunch of things that you want to put in. I totally get it. Anyone else want to share their experience with Cards of Your Destiny before we wrap up and go into the weekend forecast? Because I will do a weekend forecast. That was just a lot of crazy. But yeah, this is mostly playing cards based and numerology based, and a bit of astrology. And Katie says this system looks addictive. Yeah, I mean, there are some people that internalize this as much as I have internalized tarot, which is totally cool. But I don't understand that because I don't personally have this kind of stuff internalized. But at the same time, I can see how it would be a rabbit hole, like you're saying. So, all right. Oh yeah. So I will just remind people that if you enjoy these free workshops that I give on different topics, and since I don't think Dylan is here to remind me, hey, how can we thank you for your readings or your workshops or whatever, and giving me that nudge, you can express your thanks by either pre-ordering my book. I so appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Or you can leave me a little appreciation through my tip jar on PayPal. So let me put the link in here. So it's just paypal.me/tarot by Hilary NY. And Katie says addictive more because it calls you out, seemingly accurately. Yes. And I mean, tarot can do that too. But sometimes it can be very startling when we have specifics. And while tarot can sometimes do that vaguely or quite literally and quite specifically, this system seems almost a little bit more accessible, at first glance, instead of the tarot. Sometimes the tarot doesn't feel as accessible at first glance. And unfortunately, that can be a real detriment to people learning it. I'm glad I stuck with it. again, this is one of the things that it has me over a barrel and making me question everything, like, how can I have this book be accessible? Or make sure that it's accessible to people so that they don't get scared off by the 78 cards of the tarot. Oh, anyway. So yeah, if you would like to express your thanks, you can send me whatever you deem appropriate, paypal.me/tarot by Hilary NY, or you can pre-order my book. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I updated my author page, but I'm a little bit confused. Yeah, I have an author page. Oh, good, it's updated. Guys, you want to see my author page? You should be able to click on it. You should be able to click on it if you've pre-ordered the book or, you're on the book page. But let me show you. So here's my author page. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Yep, my author page URL is live. That should work. Hold on. Let me see. Showing. I am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So it's just amazon.com/author/Hilary Perry. There you go. That's me. That's me. And I put in my picture from when I had like kind of rose quartz hair, because it's the first picture that I could find really easily. Yeah. It's there. It's there. Katie says, I was screaming it from Australia. Couldn't you hear me? Yes, I could. All right, let's get into the weekend forecast. What do I do? Do you guys want a card from the Visionary Oracle? It's very creativity based. Because I got called out with the Build Sanctuary card in my own writing process. So, should we do the Visionary Oracle? Comment now. And I will put Build Sanctuary back in. And I did shuffle these up. All right, Katie's saying go for it, so I'm going to go for it. What do we need to know for this weekend? Okay. All right. First of all, I want to show you guys the backs. I love the backs of these cards. So cool. Okay. I also do want to, before I get into this, Katie said, by the way, on earlier commentary about human design, I found this website, myhumandesign.com, where you can put in your birth date and work out your type. Yeah, definitely. You can do that. But I am trying to help out my fellow man. And the person that did my human design reading explained to me all of this stuff. And I mean, like, the human design stuff, you can get a sense of what it is. and you can get like the chart and everything. And I'm sure it gives you like a very succinct, like, this is how you are and this is why. But I think working with someone that has studied human design and can like kind of explain things to you, is probably better, only because like when I worked with her, the things that she was saying was just blowing my mind. It was crazy. So, if you're open to, booking in a reading with someone about your human design, like I have the link and the promotional code for a discount, if you would like it. So message me about that, and also message me about my EFT practice sessions. So I know I'm going to be expecting something from Sophia, and that's totally fine. All right. So weekend forecast. Let me pull back up. Yeah, exactly. It's a bit like getting an astrology chart. It's better to get that person that knows all the extra stuff. It's just to give you a preview. Yes, I would agree. Exactly. So the reason why I'm laughing is because our weekend forecast from the Visionary Oracle is number 62. I think it's an air card, and it's called Trust. It actually might be a water card, though. I'll look. It is Trust. So let us go to the tape. Sorry, it's a water card. All right, looks like a water card. Let me see. Yes, the water emotional. Okay, so let me hold it up. Trust the process, trust your creative intuition, and just keep doing the work. You don't need to trust all of it. Just a tiny seed of faith in yourself is enough to keep you going. Trust is letting go of needing to know the outcome and just continuing forward anyway. Trust that whatever happens will be imperfect, but it will be beautiful. I'm called out again. What was I just saying before? And I've also been talking not just about the concept of trust, but also being okay with uncertainty, and being okay that I don't need to know how this book is going to be received. And I don't need to know, and I don't need to like cover all of the ins and outs in order for this book to be helpful. If this is my first book, I'm not going to be able to write everything that I know about the tarot in my first book. And that's okay. Like, I need to detach myself from the final outcome card or the final outcome of the book and just write what I know and release, because it's not my responsibility. Like, the rest of it is not my responsibility. Whether people will like it or not, that's not my responsibility. And it also probably has nothing to do with me, in fact. If people might hate it, people might love it. And none of that is my responsibility to take on. All I'm doing right now is writing it. And Katie said, those cards are almost rude at calling you out. Yes. And this has been happening for the last week. It's like I'm almost like ready to be done. Because the second guessing, and it's just like a Mr. Tarot by Hilary is dealing with me too, and dealing with my process, and also being like, hey, honey, like, you can't, Yeah. Well, that's your weekend forecast. And to this person asking, Christian, hello, please, could you do my first reading, please? You just got one. This is the weekend forecast right here. Trust the process, trust your creative intuition, and just keep doing the work. You don't need to know it all right now. Just have that little seed of faith in yourself. And that is from the Visionary Oracle. And if you would like a longer reading with me, you are welcome to book one, tarotbyhilary.com. I would love to serve you the magic and the power of the tarot. So that's it, folks. I mean, I got to show you a little bit of Cards of Your Destiny and why I wanted to, and I'm glad I was able to give you some resources, including recommending picking up the book Cards of Your Destiny by Robert Lee Camp. Looks like this. And also working with some of those websites that I directed you to, and see how those playing cards fit you, because it's a very different system than the tarot. I'm going to say that. And if you didn't know it already, your card of the day today was the Eight of Keys from the Strange and Eternal Tarot by the Cosmic Butcher, which is related to the Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn associations. And yeah, go look that up on my social media. All the interpretations are there. All right. Let me take that crawler down. Katie says, have a great weekend. Thank you for today. You're very, very welcome. I'm going to remind everyone that we do this every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And next week, we are doing an unboxing video of the True Heart Tarot by Rachel True on Friday, April 22nd. So, and that is the last. I think my headphones just died. Can you all still hear me? My headphones have been beeping at me the entire time. So I hope you all can still hear me for the end of the episode. But we do this every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, covering different metaphysical topics and tarot-related and divination-related topics. So Friday, April 22nd, we will be doing an unboxing video of the True Heart Tarot by Rachel True. If you don't know who Rachel True is, she is an actress. She is best known for the movies Half Baked, and she was Rochelle in The Craft. You know, The Craft may be a part of the reason that I became a witch, but it actually came out, I think, a little bit later on than after I had started practicing witchcraft. But that is the one and the same person, and she is a tarot reader, and she created this wonderful deck called the True Heart Tarot. So I will be unboxing that next Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, probably doing a little bit of squeeing. My tarot deck Magpie is going to come out for that episode. And I also did an unboxing previously for the Luna Soul Tarot. That happened not during our regularly scheduled time, but you can find that replay up wherever you're watching these videos. So I thank you all so much for watching. And then Friday the 29th, there will be no show because I will be in Vegas, or coming home from Vegas, and I won't be home. So I won't be able to do the episode, but maybe I will drop in and do something. I don't know. We'll see. But there's not going to be any scheduled show for that night. Taking the pressure off of myself. All right. That's it, folks. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you all so, so much for watching. And I will see you next week for the unboxing of the True Heart Tarot. Once again, I am Hilary, professional tarot reader, demystifying the mystical and putting you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. If you'd like to book a reading with me, tarotbyhilary.com. Thank you all so, so much for watching. I'll see you next Friday. Bye.